welcome back everyone, welcome back to the grand finals of the Rex March Madness of the playoffs. Again, big shout out here to Rex. Of course, he is the tournament organizer of this event. We had the qualifiers at the start of the month, followed by the group stage, followed by the playoff bracket as well. It's taken all month here to have the Rex March Madness unfold, so big shout out to Rex. And so far been some amazing games, some amazing players as well, and we have reached our top two. We've reached our finalists here, Clem and herO. Clem and herO's Terran and Protoss. Oh boy, we'll see how they compare. Now, we just wrapped up another TvP with Clem and MaxPax. True, they did just face off. But herO is a very different kind of player here. herO, he's a little more aggressive, a little more assertive. For the most part, MaxPax, he had some standard openers. He did deviate a little bit, but it was 3-gate blink. Almost every game was 3-gate blink. Towards the end, there was on Hellscape where he went 2-gate blink into a faster economy, into a faster third base, when MaxPax was greedy, and we had also some greed at MaxPax on Amygdala with the Stargate opener as well. So we did have some deviation from MaxPax, but from the side of herO, I expect 4-gate blink. I expect 100% proxy Stargate at some point in this series. He's very fond of proxy Stargate against Clem in PvT, going for even charge-based builds and going for these more aggressive proxy openers, even proxy gateway. So we do expect something more chaotic out of herO. Not saying he can't play standard and macro, he can, but that's where herO becomes more terrifying, is that he can be more unpredictable, and it's up to Clem to keep up with what the hell herO is up to. We'll see. We shall see as we are jumping into game one. Gonna be loading into Ultra Love. Let's go. Let us go. Este Chien. I never miss a VIP cast. Less than 3, papi. Less than 3. Hello, Ponyo. Hello. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? As we are jumping into our grand finals, our best of 7, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Here we go. So we are going to be opening up. herO coming in with his initial probe scout just to make sure he is aware of what is going on. Likewise, Clem is also not afraid to proxy and cheese at times, especially when it comes to proxy Marauder. We didn't see that at all against MaxPax, but again, I expect this to be more chaotic from both sides. We can see herO already just being as annoying as possible, forcing some inefficiency here out of the SCVs, forcing a second SCV out here to build up that Rax. Likewise, here he did have some extra time to himself to actually watch the series, bearing in mind that herO and Shin did play at first, so he was able to actually sit back and watch MaxPax versus Clem and get an idea on how to approach him. We'll see if it's going to be enough. You know, coming into this, I still favor Clem 100%. Have to. Still the best player in the world. But I mean, we already saw that MaxPax, he forced Clem all the way to the ace match. He almost brought Clem down. So he's not untouchable. Oh, he wants the SCV. Oh, doesn't get it. Barely doesn't get it. The SCV does survive. Meanwhile, the probe is locked in, and we're going to have to recall. We're going to have to recall to save it, if at all. herO, he wants that SCV. Goes back into the mineral line. Doesn't quite get it. Forcing some just inefficient mining. Of course, is aware of the double gas. Is aware of the double gas opener. And back home, just gate Cyber into Nexus. Meanwhile, there's that recall. Recall will save the probe. For those that are curious, that is more efficient than, of course, serving and preserving that energy for an sorry, I almost said an overcharge. For a chrono boost, is more efficient to recall the probe. So it does save it. Clem moves out. Delayed CC on the low ground, and the Adept is in position. So far, here he keeps up. So far, he's keeping up. Keeping up with the rotations. We do have our tech of choice going for a Twilight Council opener. Twilight Council out of herO. Clem, he dives into the main. Shield battery is done. Despite that, one probe is not going to get caught out. He defends his mineral line. And what exactly are we going for? So Clem, he does open up single Reaper into his production, into his add-ons, going for what looks to be a Winter Mine drop. This could be a committed mine drop. When I say that, I mean not just Winter Mines, but Marines as well, which is more designed to deal economic damage. It was popularized by Maru and Björn over a year ago at this point. Assuming that he moves out with more than just the Winter Mines. We'll keep an eye on Clem. Likewise, herO going for his robo follow-up, still staying on 2 bases. We have 1 gate in the main, 1 gate in the natural. So far, 2 gate blink. And we'll see if herO claims a faster expansion. Meanwhile, it looks like he's going to be keeping his Marines at home, and Clem is moving out with a triple Winter Mine drop instead. He moves out with a triple. So it's going to be a little bit more committed. Now, what is scary about these, like, either triple or quadruple mine drops is that the Protoss player, the defending player, doesn't know how many Winter Mines are inside the medevac. Like, they do not know. So Clem could even delay that 3rd Winter Mine and use it more to catch his opponent off guard and try to catch herO unawares. We'll see. As the medevac has arrived, boosting into the mineral line. So far here, he does react. It does hard down the 1st mine. Does burrow. There we go. Here comes that 3rd mine. Alas, I targeted down, and 1 adept does fall. Just the 1. Whew, nice response here from herO. He bleeds out what? He bleeds out 1 probe and 1 adept. He was able to snipe a Winter Mine before it burrowed. And herO does have a stronger defense here. Behind this, how many gates? He is on a 3-gate blink setup. He's going for his counterattack. He should be expanding behind this. Ooh, has he lost a probe? Alright, that was to the Winter Mine drop earlier. Chasing back the Reaper. Moving out across the map, back at home. Tank production, we have 1 tank so far. Bearing in mind that Clem had to spend time making that 3rd Winter Mine. So his tanks are a little bit later, but he has the 1st. Likewise, herO now expanding. Actually going for reinforcements across the map. He delays his expansion. Here, he's that much more committed. He does see the tanks. Again, it's going to be 2 tanks in the main. Here, he's going to commit. Base tries to bait out the tank shots. He commits. 1st tank is going to go down, but what about the 2nd? What about the 1st? Oh, good. There we go. Both tanks go down. Rough trade there for herO. He gets the hell out of here. Does pull away. And Clem holds. Clem, he does hold on. That was 5 stalkers for 2 tanks. herO, now he expands, but again, this is a late expansion. Auto charge into the natural. 2 probes go down. herO, he rotates, go for the bunker. He blinks in. Blinks in, we'll lose 1 more stalker. We'll lose 1 more. Nice repair here on the bunker. Oh, and herO's losing far too much. Losing far too much back at home. That's going to be 7 probe kills across the map. That should not have happened. Another auto turret. Sniping 2 tanks was good, but again, he's losing a lot for it. Yeah, the pressure's on. He has to get more SCVs. He needs more damage. Gets 1 SCV, goes so far. Gets a Marine. Blinks into the main. Gets punished for it. Oh, the Marauders are waiting. Clem is holding. Oh, the Prism up! Oh my god, Prism goes down! herO extends. Massive loss. Massive pick off. And with that, Clem, he holds on, he defends. Stim is now done, and he will soon break out. Clem will soon break out. herO, he is in a bit of trouble here, bleeding out so many stalkers. And that means herO has that much less to slow down this push. Typically, we'd see, what, like 10 stalkers here for herO. 10 stalkers just picking away at the Marines, forcing a Stim. But not here. Not anymore. herO is hurting. Clem knows it. He commits. He's holding on to that Stim. herO, he has some force fields. Go for the Guardian Shield. Mortal has arrived. Decent force field, trying to buy time. Shield Buddy putting in a lot of work, but alas, Clem, he just stims. He just stims, and he wins. Boys are being pulled. The Immortal does not go down. Does save the Immortal. But alas, for how much longer? And takes down the Zealots. Sims further once again. Takes down the Immortal. Going for the 2nd Immortal, rallies into the army, and he's done it. He has done it at this point. Here, he barely has anything left. The army's overstinned, but there's only 2 zealots. Only 2 zealots. Clem, he can kite back, target down the zealots, go for the stalkers, and break the expansion. Whew. And again, herO, he overextended. He just overextended earlier. He bled out too many stalkers, and because he lost so much stalkers, that deterred, or that typically contains the Terran, but Clem could not be contained. He could not be contained. Just too many losses early on. herO, he lost control of the map, lost control of Clem, and Clem can just keep going. He can keep going. Triggers the shields. Auto turret in the mineral line. His probes are going down. And herO has nothing left. herO has nothing left. GG gets called, and Clem, he will snowball out of control. He will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Clem does take a lead in the series. Again, I do really appreciate the aggression of herO, and it was quite bold to go into the main base and snipe those tanks. Unfortunately, if you remember, it was mistimed. herO, he came in with an adept in the prism, and the goal there was to drop the adept, bait out the tank shot, and then blink forward. But he actually dropped the adept as he blinked, so the first tank volley went off. It went off on the stalkers, it did soften them up. Likewise, we did have some missed target firing, and that first tank actually got extra volleys off because it survived on like a sliver of HP. It was very close, very clutch, but it barely survived, so extra volleys went off. Stalkers, they were going down, and of course, the big moment for Clem was when he sniped the prism. When the prism did rally too far into the base, GG. It's GG then and there. With that, Clem takes a lead, and now we're getting to game number 2. A bit of a rare map, a map that we rarely get to see nowadays. It is featured in the Pegasaurus Monday. In the Pegasaur Monday, we're going to be loading into Talisman. Let's go. Talisman is coming up next. And this is one of the quirkier maps in the map pool. Spawning in the right-hand corner of Talisman, we have the South Green Protoss player, the Red Protoss. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. We go and welcome one and all to Talisman. Talisman is a bit of an older TLMC map, and it's a quirky one, let me tell you. There is a ramp. There's a ramp coming into the natural. That is true, as we have our natural here on the left-hand side, but there is another natural base here at the Triangular Third. We have a hybrid expansion. We have a hybrid third base here, or hybrid natural, just a hybrid expansion in general, and we can already see Clem does move forward to claim this expansion. Now, you can actually start the CC ahead of time. There is, as you can see here, a small alleyway. Workers can move through this. Workers, they can mineral walk through these patches, and they can go for the expansion sooner. You can also scout through this little area as well, so you can go up the ramp into the main base. So you can try to rush into this expansion, but it is more exposed. It's more out in the open. We have rocks on the left, we have a ramp on the right, we have an attack path here in the center. But what you can do, you can expand towards your opponent, which I believe Clem is going to accomplish. He's expanding towards herO into another hybrid base. You can expand and take the third base, and then you're right next to the natural. You're right next to the bases of the Protoss of your opponents. You can be hyper aggressive here and just commit to early pushes, early move outs, reinforce even faster. Things can get chaotic. Likewise, we have these center high yield bases as well, which are very exposed in the main attack path. So very difficult to maintain. herO is going for the standard natural location. Clem expanding towards herO. Double gas opener, reacted Reaper Hellion into that forward base. herO skirting around the edge. Interesting. Looking for proxies. And herO, he will confirm that these minerals have been mined through.
Glory to the day.
He's aware. Does spot the SCVs. Does spot the opener. And it looks like we'll lose this probe. Probe is going to go down. Back at home, Twilight Council open out a herO. Twilight Council into Blink. I thought I was blind. I was like, where is it? Twilight Council at the natural. There's that CC on location. again, Clem, he's slowly mining through those patches. He's almost through. Almost through those patches. Clem, he breaks out. It does continue Reactor Reaper Hellion. And we'll see what he can get done. We can see that here he has walled off that Reaper Cliff. Meanwhile, we've gone up to 4 Reapers. Oh my god. And 4 Reapers here for Clem. The first adept does go down. Clem moving in. Here he does somewhat have a wall. It's still open on the right-hand side. There we go. Just now walling off. Bit of an awkward wall off here for herO. Clem, he could make his way through this with the KDA charges. Pokes in, pulls away. So safe play there by Clem. He does spot all the stalkers, sees the Sim City, backs the hell off, and takes his expansion. He takes his natural, I should say. Does take the natural. And again, Clem can just expand it towards his opponent. And this 1-1-1. Tanks are building up. Fire's on the way. So some mine through that patch to let the tank through. Likewise, how many gateways? We have 2 gateways here at the natural for herO. We have 1 gateway in the main, so 3 gate blink for the time being. We can see Clem is checking for a 3rd expansion. And herO should be expanding soon. So he's waiting for a blink. He's waiting for a blink. There we go. Now he breaks out. Probe is on the way. And Clem is here to delay for as long as possible. There we go. Does target down the probe. Nice pick off. He gets a probe. Wants a stalker. He will not get it. Shield battery's in position. And herO will clean this up. Nice skin up here out of herO. Clem, he gets no economic damage. He does delay the expansion. Does delay the 3rd. But not much more than that. So herO can now move out for that 3rd expansion. Stalkers, they break out as well. We have the tank in the mineral line. Bunker as well. Oof. Tank gets a stalker. Nice pick off. There's that 3rd expansion. Again, herO, where else can he expand? He's expanding towards Clem. And this is just going to be an awkward game state for herO. As he does take down the depot. Not bad. Takes off the depot, gets a marine. Does pull away. Looking for another way in. Tank is barely out of range of the mineral line. herO, he can go further in. For now, he's just pinned against the corner of the map. Oh, brutal. herO's gonna lose too much. herO bleeding out. Oh. How many stalkers? 5. 5 stalkers go down. There we go. There's the update. 4 stalkers in the fight. That was a brutal loss. herO, he didn't really get much for it. Got a couple of SCVs. And behind this, herO is going to charge. So he's going to charge before Colossus. So mass gateway setup here from herO. Getting into +1. I'm just worried about the eventual move out from Clem. Like that's what I'm concerned by. As he gets another observer. Yeah, tank within range. There are TCs on the way, so again, Clem, he's not going for an all-in. But he can push forward. You can see here he's getting ready for a Zealot run by. The Prism on the right-hand side. Stalkers on the left. Stalkers in the center. herO has potential. Here come the Zealot Warpins. Clem is breaking out. herO does spot this. Here comes that Prism. Prism into the main. And Clem is somewhat in position. He has reinforcements. Tanks are unsieged. Here he does go for the mineral line. Widow Mines, I believe they're stuck. Yeah, they're stuck in between the production. Zealots say bust in. At the same time, Clem, he commits across the map. They're going for the 3rd. SVs are going down. Nice force fields. They clog off the army. Army's pinned back. 9 SCV kills. Zealots are trading well. Getting up to 10, 11, 12 SCVs across the map. Clem, he's being forced all in. He has to break through. Takes down the Zealots. That's 4 tanks. Oh my god. 4 tanks in the back line. That's a lot of tanks. But he will lose every SCV. 19 SCVs going down. 20 workers do fall. Clem, he does break the expansion, but he needs more. He needs more than this. As he's down to 30 SCVs. He's scanning, looking for the expansion. There is no nexus. herO setting up a counterattack. Does try to slip by. Again, herO, I don't think he can push into these tanks. Oh, they're unsieged. Yeah, tanks are unsieged. herO, he dives in. The medevac! Oh, full medevac goes down. Massive pickup. And catching out 2 tanks. Clem losing far too much here. Bleeds out 2 tanks, beating out marauders as well. Chargers, they can just chase this down. And Clem is in trouble. Clem is in trouble here. The mine shots are decent. Clem, he defends the natural. He's holding on. More reinforcements on the way. Prism does go down, and not before the warping finishes. Boys are being pulled once again. herO trying to get on top of those tanks. He gets one, he gets the second tank as well. Both tanks go down, but the SCVs, the boys, to get the surround. Up, takes out the immortals. Oh my god. Does force a recall, gets 1, gets 2 immortals just barely. And we're in a really weird game state. Okay. So Clem, he's down to 30 SCVs, but he's mining efficiently. Like, he's mining from both bases. True. Meanwhile, herO, he's long distance mining. He has a very high worker count, but he's not mining efficiently whatsoever. He's long distance mining instead, so herO, he does not have the best economy. Clem has the larger army. He's got a lot of widow mines. So in a head-on fight, I do favor Clem. If the game goes longer, I'm going to favor herO if he can get his 3rd base. If he can get his 3rd up and running, then herO can get into a better position. Another Zealot drop coming in. It's at the mineral line. Getting 2, 3, 4 CV kills. herO pulls away. Getting another Marine. Distracting the main army. Oh. Has to get out of here though. Does have to pull away. Dark Shrine is almost done. Clem has been muling, but he does have triple orbital. As a prism does fall. And Clem is expanding towards his opponents, going for the center hybrid base. True, even though Clem has a low worker count, the gold minerals, they do actually allow him to recover. They do help Clem. Clem, he scans, looks for the expansion. Sees the 3rd base is still not done. Clem, he's going for the 3rd. He gets spotted by the observer. herO knows, and herO is going for the base trade. Oh no! Probe's getting caught out. There's a cancel. herO, I guess, kind of going for a base trade. Goes across the map. Clem, he's racing back home. He catches out some reinforcements. Random Immortal does roll in. As herO, he does catch those Marauders, does catch the Marines. And herO, he takes down a barracks, I suppose, but doesn't get really much more than that. It's just a very scrappy assault here from herO, and he has to get out of here. He has to pull away. Nice force field. Does force field the ramp. 3rd base getting up and running. herO, he's still stuck on 2 bases. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. That's what matters here, is that Clem, he's on triple CC, he's got triple orbital, triple mule, triple SV production. Clem does have a better economy at this point. The economy is now better for Clem. He's got the larger army as well. It's been chaotic. It's been very chaotic here from herO. And hey, he's getting 10 SCVs, like he's getting more damage. But this is still not enough. This is not enough for herO. And here comes Clem. Then he moves out. Stims on in. Collapses on the army. And sure, there's a fake Colossus which is tanking some shots, but there's just not enough. There's not enough on the ground. The Immortals get overwhelmed. And Clem, he breaks herO. He breaks the natural. Again, a very awkward game. For an awkward map, GG gets called, and Clem will take a 2-0 lead. Whew, GG. Does take a 2-0 lead, and you could see the map itself, you know, coming into play. Just a really awkward kind of expansion pattern and really awkward kind of defensive setup as well. We saw herO was able to deal some damage, like the War Prism, right? The War Prism, the Zealot drop into the main base did so much, crippling the economy of Clem. Unfortunately, because of the map, because of the layout, there was no easy third base for herO. Like after the initial cancel, after his first third base was cancelled, it took him a long time to rebuild that third and kind of reestablish where he wanted to even take a base, and he never got a third. He never got a third base up and running. Never did happen. There was just no good other solution. Like, what's he going to do? Take the center base, which is wide, like just out in the open, or expand on the left hand side, which is also isolated as well. So herO just could not expand. With that, GG, well played. We're getting into game 3. So far, herO, he does have a nice comfortable lead, but it's a best of 7. It is first to 4. First to 4 will win the series. We'll see if our Protoss player can bounce back, loading into El Dorado. As spawning in the bottom left hand corner of El Dorado, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the French Terran player, the blue Terran, the reigning world champion representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Hello. As a Clem, it's time to cheese it up. We did not see any proxies against MaxFax, but here against herO, we have not just one SCV, we have a second SCV as well. Let's go. Let us go. We have the proxy 2 racks here from Clem. It's going to be that much more committed from our Terran player. And we'll see how herO responds. We'll see if he can scout this and realize what's happening. Here we go. That's the first rack is on the way. Second rack now gets thrown down. Gas is back at home, are being taken. Now, if you recall in game 1, I did mention that Clem is quite fond of going proxy Marauder whenever he can. Like, that is definitely something that Clem is fond of. We'll see if there's going to be proxy Reaper or Marauder. So far, one gas back at home. Raxes are finishing up. herO, he does not probe scout across the map. He did probe scout in the previous games, not this time. And it is proxy Marauder. So proxy Marauder here out of Clem. Again, he's quite fond of this. We've actually casted a series between Clem and MaxFax where Clem proxy Maraudered every game. And he won. Like, he did win. Did beat MaxFax. And here we go. Tech labs have been thrown down. Marauders are on the way. And the biggest concern here is the lack of probe scouts. Like, if there was a probe scout herO, he would be checking. He'd be playing safe. He'd be checking the proxy locations. herO is cutting corners. He's cutting corners. He's being greedy. Going for a sentry opener, and I am concerned. I'm concerned here for herO. Concussive Shell is cancelled, actually. Interesting. There we go. Now being rebuilt. Being rebuilt, it was cancelled in favor of another Marauder, just to keep the production cycle going. And now we see a delayed scout by herO going for the hallucination. It was a sentry opener, and once he realizes there's no racks, we need shield batteries. We need shield batteries and a robo, ideally. But herO's not actually fully aware what's going on. Yeah, sees the depots, confirms the single gas, and the Marauders are revealed. Now we have the shield battery on the way, but it's too late. Shield battery gets denied. Massive pickup. Boys are being pulled. They have to be. There's a force field. Sentry is targeted. Locks down the army. Oof. And one Marauder's going to go down. Not even. Barely one Marauder. Nice around. He locks down a second Marauder. We'll get 2 Marauder kills, but the army breaks through and there's nothing left. There's nothing left to defend. There's one Stalker. No shield battery. Every probe falls. And yeah, this is almost I Am Katowice vibes. Almost. Cure versus herO on Golden Aura. Never forget. Never forget as another Stalker goes down. And this is game-ending damage. This is game-ending damage at this point. herO is down to 10 probes. Down to 9. Down to 8. 7. GG gets called. And Clem, he catches herO with his pants down. Again, no probe scout. Punished for the lack of scouting. And Clem takes a 3-0 lead. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, herO, he's been probe scouting every game in the series, except for this game, except for El Dorado. No probe scout, because that herO, he did not see the lack of racks, the lack of production back at home. It was a late scout out of herO, late, kind of late reaction with that. GG. GG, well played. Clem does overwhelm, and now we're getting into game 4. And this could be a 4-0. This could be a 4-0 here and now. Clem is one game away from claiming the series. herO has to fight back here and now to make a series out of this. The pressure is on. Pressure is on. What's the best way to counter this is Protoss? If herO did scout this ahead of time, then herO would be setting up a shield battery on the high ground. Initially, if he scouts the lack of racks, he should be probe scouting the third base locations. If he confirms it's proxy marauder, shield battery on the high ground, and a robo response. With a sentry, you can force field the ramp, you can defend the natural, you can just give up on your, you can defend your main, you can just give up on the natural base, and just pull for a defense in the main. And then the game usually continues. The reality is that Terran from that position can just transition into a longer game, into the mid game, and the game just goes into a longer game state, right? But a lot of it is predicated on scouting and recognizing what's going on. But here we go. And again, I'm sure herO, he would be able to shut it down if he were to see it ahead of time. And now we're getting to our next game, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss. Whew. Down in the series, down heavily here. He has to fight back here now to begin that comeback. It is herO. And spawning in the top, or in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid, one game away from claiming the series and becoming the Rex March Madness champion. It is Clem. Is he crazy enough to survive the madness of Rex? Let's go. And this time, look at this, probe scout. This time, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, never fool me again. As herO, he does probe scout, and he finds the racks. He's like, whew, okay. So herO this time is playing safe. This time he plays safe, he probe scouts, he confirms economic opener. Economic opener out of Clem, going for a racks expand single gas opener for the first time this series. We have not seen Clem open up economically at all this series until here on Amygdala. So it is going to be an economic opener. Meanwhile, herO back at home, going gate cyber into expansion, standard opener out of herO, and we'll see if he goes into a Stargate. Now, seeing the economic build may prompt herO to open up Stargate. It is a little bit more viable on Amygdala. If you remember, MaxPax also opened Stargate on Amygdala as well. He did get punished for it, winding it back. If you weren't here for the semifinals, on Amygdala in the semifinals, Clem, he actually 2-base all-in MaxPax, and MaxPax didn't see it coming. He did not see the 2-base all-in coming. MaxPax, he was caught with his pants down, and the game ended then and there. This time, the polar opposite. Björn, is that you? 3cc, 3 racks. Very greedy build here by Clem. Insanely fast 3rd TC. This is a rare build, a build that Björn is very fond of. Björn, this is the build that he would do every game on side Delta, and nowadays he does mix it in every now and then on larger maps, like Amygdala, like Abyssal Reef, even like Neo Violet Square. So very greedy build here by Clem. Meanwhile, Clem pokes in. Clem, he does scout the tech. He's aware of the Twilight Council. And behind this greed doesn't really kick in until the mid game. So basically what's happening here is that Clem, he's going to be going 3cc 3 racks. He has no gas for like factory or starport or tank production. He's going into faster stim, into a heavy marine composition, and he's going to be going into a faster 3rd base. And once he gets his 3rd base up and running, he will max out real fast and real quick. Like, the power really hits when he gets that 3rd. Now from the side of herO, the pressure is now on the Protoss to recognize what's going on and to punish this build. As a reminder, no factory. What does that mean? No tanks. So Blink Stalkers can actually punish the Terran player quite hard here. You can blink back and forth in between the bases without tanks to defend. It can be quite hard to hold on. But herO, we're going 2-gate blink, 1 gate in the main, or 2-gate blink into a 3rd. Okay, so couple of things. Clem could be punished by 3-gate blink or 4-gate blink stalker. This is not that. This is 2-gate blink out of herO. herO, he has no idea what's going on. Clem is being hyper greedy. herO is being economic. Because of this, herO cannot punish. herO, he cannot punish Clem. Clem gets away with this, and Clem comes out ahead. As herO pokes in and herO confirms. Yeah, now he knows. herO, he sees the third CC's already done. He sees the third rack's on the way. herO knows that his opponent has cut corners and that he cannot punish his opponent. He needs to try, and he's pushing. But remember, because it's only 2-gate blink, it's not really an army. Like, it's a handful of stalkers, handful of adepts. We have some more stalkers coming in to reinforce. Like, herO, he has to be active, but chances are he doesn't really have the supply to actually break the base. So Clem is in a really strong position here. And the pressure's on herO to pick off a couple of Marines, to maybe somehow get into a mineral line, to at least contain, right? To at least contain and at least delay this third for as long as possible. Speaking of, the third is, it's coming. The third is on the way. Stim is done in 10 seconds. Gets a Marine, gets 2, not bad. Takes down 2 Marines, getting a 3rd Marine towards the end. And Stim is just now finishing up. You know what, here he picks off a Marauder. Very nice pick off. Takes down a Marauder. Just very nice control here by herO. Just shaving off this army. And he overwhelms. He does overwhelm the Marines. Very nice control here. herO, oh my god. He does force a lift. He delays the third base. This is the best case scenario that herO could have hoped for. Clem, he attacks too soon. He attacked 10 seconds before Stim. And without Stim, we saw herO completely tear him apart. So very nice control, very nice finesse here out of herO. He does delay the third, and again, he has to delay this third base for as long as he can. For as long as he can. While he saturates his own third. Getting into charge, +1. Bay as well. You can see here the efficiency. herO, to put this into perspective, he lost 1 Stalker for what? 15 Marines. He killed 15 Marines and a Marauder as well. Very nice trades. So herO just flexing his control. Again, best blink control in the world. Does pop off. Oh, but now Stim is done. Yeah, now Stim is done. Now there's a higher Marauder count. He has to get the hell out of here. herO, he can actually overwhelm this. Getting on top of the Marauders. Getting into the mineral line. STV is going to be going down. Clem trying to respond. Once again, herO out-trading Clem. And Clem just cannot saturate the third. He's been trying. He's been trying to. There's the Maynard. Does Maynard over, trying to get that third base up and running. herO going into the main. Stalker's at the third. Once again, he pokes in. Distracting Clem. Zealots into the main. Nice control. Baits out the mine shot. Oof. But herO, he will lose some Stalkers, losing every single Stalker. Stalker's going down. Massive warping into the main. herO, can he get on top of the production? Decent trades. Gets a Marauder. Gets 1, gets 2 Marauders. Yeah, forces the pickup, has control of the main base production. These are nice trades, and herO behind this takes a 4th. Takes the 4th base, gets 3 more CVs. And because of all this aggression, because of all the control here from herO, the economic lead that Clem wanted, he still has it. Don't get me wrong. He's still ahead economically, but it's not as large as he would have wanted it to be. That it should have been, based on the opener. So herO is fighting back. So far, nice moves. But now the third is up. And now Clem, he will enjoy a greater economy and a larger army for a time. Now, as Clem moves out towards the top side, herO is moving in towards the south. Oh, no, he responds. Never mind. herO, he pulls back around. herO, he's out of position. The base is exposed. No shield battery. Uh-oh. No shield battery. Clem moving in. Clem, he does have that army supply lead. Zealots, they try to charge forward. So far, the mine shot. Oh! Yeah, popping off. They shut down the Zealots. But the Colossus does arrive. Nice force fields. They're slowing down his opponents. Zealots take him in from behind. Nice control here from herO, but we'll take a massive mine shot to the face. But herO holds. herO, he's barely holding on. But again, you can see that supply disparity. That's all because of the faster third. The better economy, the faster third base of Clem in the mid-game translates into a larger army. So still very tense here for herO. Now he's up to 2 Colossus. Colossus moving in. Vikings, they don't quite get the first Colossus. Nice control. The juggling from herO. Does circle back. Oh. Colossus barely pulling away. Oh, taking a lot of hits. Taking a lot of damage. No, the Colossus goes down. Massive pickoff. He gets 1. Clem gets 1, and here he's down to 2. Still no shield batteries, bear that in mind. Very greedy here from herO. And trying to force Clem back. herO getting his 4th base fully operational. Now getting a 5th expansion. Again, here he's playing on a knife's edge right now. Being so greedy with his expansions, with his lack of side defense. Being as aggressive as possible. And one slip up, one wrong move, and herO will lose everything. So he has to be careful. He's up against 7 Vikings. These Colossus are not long for this world. There's not that many Stalkers. Gets a Viking, not bad. Down to 6. Down to 6 Vikings. Picks up Widowmine, gets 1. Clem moving in, Vikings a little bit behind. 3rd Colossus has arrived. Here he spreads out. He's gonna commit. He's gonna commit in. Mine shots are solid. Oh my god. Jesus. Mine shots are solid. They soften up the zealots. But there's no more with the mines. Last running out of zealots. Colossus, oh, first one goes down. Again, he's up to 7 Vikings once again. And Clem tempted to commit in. These Colossus are very low. And again, that's the backbone of herO's army. Colossus is almost going down. Down to 1 HP. Oh no! Down to 1 HP. Down to 1 Colossus. And now the final. Final Colossus under fire. Yeah, it's going to fall as well. No more splash damage. The Vikings, they can land. Let's say that here he does break through the bio army. Where are the reinforcements? There's the landed Vikings. Boys are being pulled. herO trying to break through, trying to end the game here and now. But that's a lot of Vikings here. They actually don't trade poorly against the Gateway army. They take down the first Immortal. They dive on top of the Stalkers. And Clem holds. Clem, he holds on. He shuts down the main army. That was a lot of high-tech units going down for herO. But Clem, he doesn't have enough to counterattack. And what's important, herO, now he's up to how many? 87. 87 probes. He's fully saturated on 5 bases. It's crazy. Now, he needs time for warp-ins, but the longer this goes on, the better it is now for herO. He just has to spend his money. He's throwing down extra gateways, rebuilding his Colossus. Again, the rushes by ground on Amygdala is very long, so Clem, he doesn't push out. He's on 4 bases himself. But here has map control. He has map control. He can keep maxing out. And here he can afford to trade inefficiently. Here he can afford to be inefficient. Again, he's almost got up to 90 probes. He has an excess amount of minerals. DTs, they hit the planetary. Oh, the Colossus does overextend. A brutal loss here for herO. Meanwhile, yeah, DT's still going ham. Where's the scan? Where's the scan? We need the scan, bad. Yeah, there it is. Scan pops off. Meanwhile, DT in the main base, 16 SCV kills. Oh my god. Clem is losing control. Losing control of the game. Bleeding out too many SCVs. 18 workers going down. Brutal damage. And herO with the DTs, with the Dark Templar. Has he done it? Has he done enough? I think he has. I think he has. We do see Clem is down to 3 Vikings. Now herO can go back into Colossus quite freely. Keep warping on those Zealots. Second Colossus on the way. herO moving in. Oh, does move in. Once again, brutal mine connections. And the Viking count is slowly building up. Colossus taking a lot of hits. Oh my god. Barely saves the Colossi. Once again, down to 2 Vikings. Oh. Clem attempting to expand towards his opponent. Planetary has begun. And these bases are right next to each other. Whoever wins this fight will lose a base. Or will kill a base, I should say. Oh. Zealots once again, good mine connections. So connections with Zealots. Colossus, they wasted DPS here on the CC. The CC is going to go down. No, it doesn't. It's close. And with those reinforcements, it looks like herO, he does have enough. He breaks through, will lose the Colossus, but the Gateway Army does trade well. Going for the Metamax. Warping the extra Zealots. Clem, for the first time in a long time, yeah, down in supply. Clem, he has been broken. And GG gets called. Whew, herO, he fights back. He puts a point on the board. Oh my god. GG, well played. Again, those DTs from herO, he killed what, 19 SCVs? It was crazy just how many workers he killed DT at the planetary, but more importantly, that one Dark Templar in the main base did pop off while Clem was distracted. And on top of that, I was mostly impressed actually by the first Stalker fight. If you recall, when herO, when he lost, was it one Stalker? It was like 1 to 3 Stalkers against 15 Marines. He killed 50 Marines and a Marauder and an SCV. It was impressive just how well he traded, how much damage he dealt with that first push. If you remember, that was 10 seconds before Stim. 10 seconds before Stim, Clem moved out. It did feel like Clem was too greedy. Clem, he moved out a little bit too soon. Because that Clem, he bled out a lot of Marines just before Stim finished. And with that, herO took the fight and herO contained Clem. So Clem's greedy build, it took him a little bit longer to really get it going. It took him a little bit longer than he would have liked. So herO, he was able to claw his way back into that game. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Very intense game. Very intense, very back and forth. That leads us into game number 5. That leads us into Whispers of Gold. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. GG, herO, calm down. Oh my god. He can't be calm. He's got to keep going. He's got to keep going. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss from South Korea, putting a point on the board. But still up against the wall, the comeback has begun, but it is not an easy road to go down here to try to take 3 games off of Clem in a row to force the ace match. But he has taken that first step. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent still leading the series 3-1, still 1 game away from becoming the Rex March Madness champion. For Team Liquid, it is Clem. Here we go. As Clem, he's going back to what he does best, double gas opener out of Clem. This time not going for an economic start. Last game we did see Clem going for 3 CC 3 racks. We do not expect to see that on Whispers. No shot. Clem, he went for an insanely greedy build on Amygdala. We do not expect that here on a smaller map. Again, this is the smallest map in the ladder map pool, I should say. I believe Error Home is smaller than this. But short rush distance by ground, aggression is favored. And we'll see how aggressive our 2 players are going to be. Also, herO probe scouts. He probe scouts, he confirms the Rax is back at home, confirms that there is no proxy. Again, after what we saw in game 3, I don't blame him. Kills an SCV! Ooh, that should not have happened. Kills 1 SCV and gets the hell out of there. Very, very nicely done here by herO. Does trade well. As that worker should not have gone down, Reaper pops out, and Clem's goal here should be to hunt down that probe. Reaper's on the way. Making his way across the map. Likewise, probe is racing back, does deviate, does skirt around the right-hand side, and he will avoid the Reaper. Nice moves there by the probe. Ooh, and for the first time this series, Stargate opener by herO. This is a bold move. I'm not too sure I'm fond of this, but Stargate opener on Whispers of Gold. We have seen many a Protoss player attempt and fail to play Stargate on Whispers. So bold move by herO. We'll see if we can get away with it. CC on the high ground, 1-1-1 here by Clem. Clem is going for a mine drop, not early cyclones, so herO, he should be safe in the early game. And we'll see what this leads to. As the probe is back and the probe is going to go down. herO, what did he scout? He did see the command center. Okay. So he saw the timing of the command center. He is aware that this is not a one base all in. That macro against the vanilla Marines Marauders was chef's. Yeah, it was crazy. I was surprised. I was shocked by how well herO was trading. It's insane. Yes, that's the moment we spoke about, like the 10 seconds before stim. It was crazy. Those were a long 10 seconds. Long 10 seconds. For now, Phoenixes are building up. Now, what's important is that herO, he doesn't show his hand. He does not reveal his opener. So far, the tech is in the dark, or I should say Clem is in the dark, as to the tech. He's now going for his medevac drop, and little does he know he's running into Mass Phoenix. Drop is spotted. Drop is confirmed. Clem gets denied. Yeah, he gets forced back. Let's try a lift on the Widowmine. Widowmine goes down. Marines as well. Not a single Phoenix falls. He does get an adept, but GG gets called. He gets completely shut down. And herO, catching Clem with his pants down, takes another game. Let's go. Whew. GG, well played. Again, cheeky move there by herO to hide the build, to hide his Phoenixes, to wait for Clem to overextend, and Clem lost everything. He lost everything. He got one adept. What that means from that moment, remember, Clem, he had a delayed CC, so he was already behind economically, and he was going to lose even more, as he had nothing at home to defend. He had no cyclones. He had limited anti-air. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game 6. One step closer to the ace match. One step closer. Here we go, Clem. Can we go the distance? Can we go all the way? Or here, I should say, can we go all the way as we're loading into ley lines? Whew. And again, it was a risky maneuver for herO to open up Stargate, but he got away with it. He was able to hide it, able to just catch a Clem with his pants down. And now we're loading into game 6. Oh boy. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the red Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss, fighting back and one game away from forcing the ace match. It is herO. Uno mas, papi. Can he take us all the way? Is spawning in the right-hand corner. We have the French Terran player. He was up 3-0. It was almost a 4-0. It was almost a straight-up 4-0. It was crazy. Just the momentum that Clem had. Just said his name. In the top right-hand corner, we have our French Terran player. He has been struggling here these past couple of games. We'll see if he can tighten up and bring it home. One more game is all he needs to be our champion. It is Clem. Going Clem. Ah, beautiful. As Clem does open up double gas open out of our Terran player. And no shot herO goes Stargate 2 games in a row. No shot. We'll see. So we are building up. Oh, gate expand out of herO, so a slightly greedier build from our Protoss. It is more standard to go gate cyber expand in PvT, so herO is cutting corners. In a small way, but cutting corners nonetheless. Meanwhile, Clem opening up double gas, does open up Reaper. herO moves out. Are we going proxy Stargate? If you remember, at the start of the series, I expected proxy Stargate at one point here in this best of 7, and it looks like that's what we're getting. I'm feeling proxy Stargate at herO. He's very fond of proxy Stargate. If it is a Stargate, this should be for proxy Oracle, for harassment into the bases. As we are waiting for the Cybercore, it's lining up with the Pylon. Pylon is done, Cybercore as well. Ooh, going for the gateway, not the Stargate, does pull away. And with this, he'll be able to reinforce across the map. So this is going to be an aggressive build, not going for any kind of crazy Stargate play. Not this time, but with this he can reinforce. And the goal here would be to delay the expansion. Remember, this is a late CC. Frax into factory, late CC on the low ground, so this CC might not even finish. Might not even complete. We'll see. As the Reaper does hit the mineral line, one probe goes down, keeping up with the Adept. Gateway's almost done. Gateway is almost done. And we're waiting for those warp ins. Again, the CC still getting towards that halfway mark. Adept chasing down Clem. Adept is on the way. And we'll see if Clem can defend that natural. Oh, he's scouting. Does, there we go, does check the right hand side, does confirm the proxy, he knows. He now knows what's going on, he's aware. Does force the Adept to respond. And the command sender looks like it should complete. The Adept is distracted. More Adepts on the way. We're getting up to 5 Adepts. Reaper has to pull back. Yeah, it should finish. It should finish in time. herO is still distracted. Shades on in, threads a shade into the bases. Has to respect that Widow Mine. And how many Adepts are we talking at this point? We have 7 Adepts? 7 Adepts for herO. Reaver Scout is denied. The Mind Shot! Ooh, brutal connection, takes out 1 Adept. Takes away the shields. And the Cyclone has made it. Yeah, plenty of Marines, plenty of bio. Adept is going to go down, losing 2 of them, losing 3. Oh, brutal losses. Brutal losses here for herO. I cannot afford this. Now remember, herO, he intentionally delayed this Twilight Council for the 3-gate opener. 2 gates in the main, 1 across the map. Very aggressive here for herO. And he's falling behind. He needs more damage, otherwise herO, he will fall behind. Lock-in is brutal. Drop gets across the map. Oh, turns back around. Coming in from behind. herO, he wants that Cyclone. Now we're up to 2. Adepts take him into the shade. Boys are being pulled. And the Cyclone does pull away. Yeah, so far, nice kiting from Clem. He keeps the Cyclones alive. He shuts down the Stalkers. And herO's losing everything. herO, he's losing everything here. He will not get a single Cyclone. Ay. herO doesn't escape. Every Adept goes down. I'm afraid to look. What are the trades looking like here? 7 Adepts, 3 Stalkers for what? For 1 Widowmine, 3 Marines, and 1 Reaper. That is not worth it. And herO, he just finished up Twilight Council. He just started Blink. He just began. He has no Blink. He has no map control. He will lose the proxy. And herO, he's in a rough position. He's in a very rough position here. He's stuck at home. And Clem, he can push. At this point, he can move out. He should know that there's a window. He's aware of the 3-gate build. But now he finds the probe. He denies the gate. Oh god, he denies the pylon. Now there's nothing to keep him back at home. And he moves out. He moves out with everything. What does he have? He's got 1 tank. He has a Raven with an auto turret. He's got double Cyclone. herO trying to hold the line. Oh. Lock-ons are brutal. And 1 Stalker gets picked off. Auto turret will zone. 1 of the Cyclones is very low. We have a gateway explosion on the way. And the tank is getting within range. Yeah, within range of the shield battery. Oof. Sentry goes down. Tank moving forward. A little bit too far back. Shield battery does complete. But again, here he's up against the wall. Blink is still not done. Blink isn't done, Pap. He still needs more time. Gateway's under fire. Gonna lose 1 of the gates. He's got, what, a 5-gate setup. And gateways are going down, 1 after the other. Blink is almost done. With Blink, he can dive in, but now there's a 2nd tank. Blink is done. He goes for the dive. Does focus out the 1st tank. 2nd tank does siege. Boys are being pulled, but this is getting out of hand. As Clem, he does maintain this position. Doesn't get many workers, only 2 probes. Oh, dives in once again. Does get the tank. Takes down the Raven as well. herO, he's barely holding on. And he survives. herO holds. herO, he does hold. Remember, these are vanilla Marines. They have no stim, no combat shields. The real damage dealers were the tanks. And without them, herO, he will survive. Now, what's scary about this position as herO attempts to counterattack, he gets, oh no, he gets punished, no! Oh my god. Please add 2 Stalkers. herO has no 3rd. He has no 3rd base, he has no 3rd expansion. Clem has a 3rd CC on the way, so he's just maintaining his greater economy. And Stim is about to finish. Stim is finishing up in 10 seconds. Pulling back those Marines. One Marauder goes down. Stim is done in 2. Yeah, 2 more seconds. Blink on cooldown. Here comes the Stim. And here has to get the hell out of here. It bleeds out 3, almost 4 Stalkers. The army is very low. And Clem can keep going. Oof. Almost getting another Stalker. He does get one. He gets 2. That's 2 more Stalkers. And you can see Clem just rallying everything across. I mean, he knows how close he is to breaking Hero. He's so close to breaking him. He can feel it. He can taste it, Bappy. He can taste the Rex. As here he's built up a decent Stalker army. Base out the mine shots. Base out the Widow Mines. Clem, he finally does back off. He retreats. Oof. Getting another Stalker. And finally, Hero expands. But again, he's throwing down the third CC, sorry, the third Nexus when the third CC is already on location. Clem is up at base, up in workers, up with mules. Clem has a massive advantage. And here he has potential with these Stalkers, but he cannot fight this head on. Oh god, not like this, not like this. Clem steps in. Takes off the Zealots. Picking up whatever he can. Oof, mine shots, they connect. 2 more Stalkers go down. And here he's treading water at this point. He's just treading water, trying to stay afloat. But losing that army at the start of the game was just brutal. Like, the 3-gate opener just was not worth it. And from that moment, Hero's been behind. And it's been impressive that he survived this long, but only for this long. As it looks like we will not get that ace match. Mine shots popping off. Nice kiting here by Clem. Forcing a bit of friendly fire. But there's 3 Stalkers. There's 3 down to 2. 2 Stalkers left. That's the army. That's all there is. That's all Hero has left. The base is broken. And it was an impressive comeback from Hero. Very impressive. He was down 3-0 in this series. It was crazy. But last GG gets called, and Clem, he will claim the series 4-2, becoming the Rex March Madness champion. GG. Ooh, GG, well played. Congratulations here to Clem as he does claim the series, as he claims it. A big shout out to Old Fast in the chat. Baby God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. I apologize for not giving you a shout out at the time, but it was in the middle of that final game. There was a lot going on. It was very intense, but thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time on your own channel. And welcome one and all, as we have just crowned our champion. Clem does claim it. Hero had a very strong performance here, especially when it comes to making a series out of this. But it was a rough game on ley lines. Very rough game. Hero going for the proxy gateway, going for a 3-gate opener. And we saw he just didn't get enough value with it. He lost, what was it? 7 adepts and 2 Stalkers for, was it 3 Marines? It was like 2 or 3 Marines. Like, that's all he got. It was crazy just how efficient Clem was. Thankfully for Clem, did open up Cyclone. He did make a second Cyclone once he found the proxy. That's what a lot of it comes down to. If you recall, he did scout the proxy. He scouted the proxy, which let him know to make additional Cyclones, to take a more defensive stance, and to pull off that defense. It was an impressive hold. After that defense, that was almost game done in there. There were some opportunities for Hero to try to claw his way back in, but that much of a deficit, that much of a loss at this level of play should be game. So that's why it was very impressive that Hero, he survived as long as he did, but he was only surviving. Like, he was never really gaining any momentum. He was contained on 2 bases. GG, well played. Whew. With that, Clem, he will claim it, will be our champion. Congratulations. Again, Clem, he was favored to win, to be our champion. Of course, he typically always is when he steps into the ring, but still really impressive performances by our players here as we switch our scenes over and catch up on the bracket. We can catch up. Again, shout out to Rex for hosting this event, and you can see here the results. Hero took down Shin 3-1, Clem took down MaxPax 3-2, and Clem took down Hero 3-2 as well. Both MaxPax and Hero were able to take games off of Clem, 2 games apiece, but no more than that. Not more than that. Clem is still coming out on top, still coming out as the champion, But also, it was great to see a back and forth. Great to see a back and forth, whether it was in the Max Pack series, the Hero series, or even the Shin series as well. GG. GG, well played. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing. I don't know what Rex's plans are. I don't know if he wants to make like an April abomination or like a June jamboree. Like, I don't know if he intends to make like an event every month. I think the March Madness may have been a one-off, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Rex has in store for us. If there is another Rex event, then we'll be all over it. As always, again, Rex is a good friend of the channel. Rex, he's even a supporter on Patreon. Speaking of, if you want to support, if you want to be like Rex, if you want to be a madman, even, if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat, and you'll get a link to our Patreon page. 100% of the money on Patreon goes towards our tournaments, goes towards Sea Duckling Open, Masters 1 Open, and Sparkling Tuna Cup. Bam! Have a look at our schedule here. You can actually see our next event in less than 24 hours is Sparkling Tuna Cup, is our weekly open tournament. So again, the next goal on Patreon is to boost the prize pool even further for Sparkling Tuna Cup. That is what that is. So if you want to help support StarCraft and support the scene, you can do so via Patreon. Otherwise, we just wrapped up with the Rex March Madness, and our next cast is going to be at 9 AM KST. That is 11 AM AEST. That is going to be in 10.5 hours. In 10.5 hours, we're going to be live here on the channel with the StarCraft Evolution League Code A. It's going to be live with Code A. Basically, that is a, I think, bi-weekly, fortnightly amateur event for non-pros. So I believe it is MMR restricted. So it's MMR restricted to non-pro players where they can compete in StarCraft Evolution. So yeah, it's going to be a fun event. We're going to be going through that via replays. That's going to be tomorrow morning, again, in 10.5 hours. Otherwise, tomorrow evening, in under 24 hours, we have the Sparkling Tuna Cup. So we got you covered with some Tuna Cup action. Let's go. Let us go. That was smooth. True. So yeah, we do have the rest of the broadcast ahead of us. Again, we're always quite busy here. If you want to tune into more CranKy Ducklings, then check us out on YouTube. !Socials in the chat, and you'll get a link to our YouTube, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, all things CranKy Ducklings. Again, we upload to YouTube on a daily basis, so if you see something that you like here, if you want to watch the VODs of the Rex March Madness, of the group stage, of the qualifier, if you want to watch the Pondcast or Tuna Cup or SEL or something that doesn't line up with your time zone, then we got you covered on YouTube. Check it out all on YouTube. Otherwise, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting. Again, whether it's our patrons, whether it's our patrons on Patreon, or if you're just a follower and just a watcher and a viewer on YouTube or TikTok or Twitch, thank you for all the support. We appreciate it. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you have a great end of your week. I know there's other events going on. I know that Wardy, he's hosting the Boomer Bash. So you can check out the Boomer Bash over on Wardy's channel. Likewise, there are other events happening over the weekend as well. And yeah, just a lot of StarCraft. As you can see, a lot of StarCraft throughout the week. A lot of StarCraft coming up here on our schedule this week. We have, I believe, the Kung Fu Cup. Yeah, we have Kung Fu Cup. We have the Enki Pro Series. Let's go. We have some show matches between Clem and Dark. So we have some Clem and Dark show matches. We have some StarCraft Evolution King of the Hill. We have Code for Giants Cup, Kung Fu Cup, and KSL, and much more. Much more over the next week. So do tune in, do check it out. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Take care, get plenty of rest, enjoy StarCraft, papi. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.